Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So I can't believe it's already the end of January, but that means that I'm going to share with you my January favorites, fragrances that I've worn the most during the last month. And really it's going to be not just January, but sort of a December as well, or at least part of December, because I didn't do December favorites since I was doing my year wrap-up series. So the fragrances I'm going to share with you today are going to be the ones that I've used the most, probably in the last month and a half or two. Now, the first two fragrances that I'm going to share with you share the same note, and it's the note of sour cherry. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm having this total love affair with this note currently. I just cannot get enough of it, and I have been wearing both of these fragrances so much during the last couple of months. The first one, of course, is the newest addition to my collection. This is Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. Now, there are a lot of notes in this fragrance. I'm not going to go through all of them. Of course, the star of the fragrance is sour cherry. We also have, I think, rum. There's obviously almond, vanilla, a whole bunch of other notes. Basically, this feels like warm cherry pie drizzled with rum. It is so, so beautiful. There's something, I mentioned it before, there's something incredibly warm about this fragrance, and that's why I think I have been enjoying it so much during these cold months. This is so, so beautiful. I know it took me a long time to come around to purchasing this fragrance or to even liking it. I did consider it overhyped for quite some time, but I definitely take those words back now because yes, although the performance is not great, but I enjoy the scent so, so much that I just don't care. Next fragrance that also has the note of sour cherry is Dancing Roses from Viktor and Rolf. Again, it's a fragrance that I never paid attention to, but I'm so, so happy to have in my collection now because I have been enjoying it so much. This one, although it has sour cherry, it is very different from the other one because here, sour cherry is beautifully blended with rose. We also have brandy and we have lychee. Now, in this case, I really don't get any booziness from this fragrance, although brandy is listed here. I mostly get sour cherry with rose and lychee. These are the main things that I'm getting from it. So if I'm comparing the two fragrances, this is definitely fresher, sort of lighter, maybe not as warm as Lost Cherry. So even though they share a very similar note, or the same note actually of sour cherry, the overall vibe that I get from these two is very, very different, but I have been enjoying both equally, and yeah, I'm just having this love affair with sour cherry. I have no idea what happened. Next fragrance that I have been wearing quite a lot is Mon Exclusive from Garland. And of course, this is about lavender and vanilla. There is also a butter note in here. And of course, lavender is kind of a calming scent. And I think there has been, you know, with the holidays, end of work year or beginning of a new work year, there has been a bit of stress in my life in the last couple of months, and kind of during those very sort of stressful moments, I have been reaching for this fragrance because again, it has lavender, and I think lavender has calming properties, and that's why I have been using it quite a lot. Next, I have a fragrance that took me completely by surprise. When I purchased it, I really didn't know much about it except that, you know, it was discontinued and very hard to find, and that's why I sort of decided to purchase it without doing an extensive research on it, as I typically do with blind buys, and it turned out so amazingly well. I'm talking about, of course, Amande Tonka from Elie Saab. This is their Essence line. I think this is Essence number 10. What an incredible find. This is such a beautiful fragrance. It has tonka, it has almond, sandalwood, amorous, and it just has this deep sort of chocolatey, creamy, slightly nutty vibe. It is so rounded, it is so well blended, it smells so complex. It is such a beautiful fragrance for any time of the year, really, but I think especially for colder weather. Again, it has sort of this warming element to it. I find this fragrance quite warm, and I have been using it so much and loving it so much. What an amazing find. I will recommend it again. If you see this fragrance, definitely give it a try. It is so beautiful. Next, I have two fragrances that are in very different price ranges, but have a very similar scent profile, and I really have been using both of them interchangeably. The first one is the one that I have mentioned quite a few times already this month, but I love this scent and I want to make sure that all of you get a chance to try it, so I keep bringing it up. This is such a surprising find. This is a Club Black from Mercedes-Benz. It's a fragrance marketed towards men. However, I think it is completely unisex. And this fragrance is, to me, very similar to a Garland fragrance that I'm going to talk about next. And it is kind of a mix of that Garland fragrance with a touch of Deluxe from Tiziana Transi in a dry down. The opening is quite similar to Garland. It is sweet, deep, slightly smoky, slightly boozy vanilla. It is such an outstanding and affordable fragrance. Again, I'm going to recommend to you, I don't want to encourage anyone's spending. I think most of us spend too much on fragrances already, but if you do run across this is a gem. You have to try it. If you enjoy, vanilla, smoky, boozy types of scents, you have to try it because it's a very affordable gem. And of course, the other one, as you might have guessed already, is Spirituous Double Vanille from Garland. And Mercedes-Benz really reminds me of this fragrance. And I've read a lot of reviews where people say that it is quite similar to this, so it's not just me. This is, again, the same kind of idea, smoky, deep, boozy kind of vanilla. These are not identical. I would not call them dupes, but they are very close. And I think it was the discovery of this Mercedes-Benz fragrance that kind of reignited my love for Spirituous Double Vanille. Not even reignited the love. And this is kind of a slightly strange thing about me. There are some fragrances in my collection that I sort of save and I hesitate using. I don't know why or for what reason, but there are just a few that are like that. And Spirituous Double Vanille is one of those fragrances where, I have the full bottle, but I'm kind of saving it. Like, I can't use it every day, which is completely ridiculous. But for some reason, maybe because it was so expensive, I'm not sure, but I sort of, it's one of those fragrances that I cannot use every day. I'm saving it for who knows what. But like I said, once I discovered this Mercedes-Benz fragrance, it sort of started pulling me towards Spirituous Double Vanille as well. And so I have been using both of these interchangeably quite a lot during the last month or month and a half. Another fragrance that I've used a lot, especially in December during the holidays, because I think it is perfect for holidays, is Sweetly Known from Kerosene. If you haven't seen my dedicated video to this fragrance, definitely check it out. It's the newest release from the house of Kerosene, and it is another absolutely amazing gourmand fragrance. But this one, as I've said before, and I will say it again, this is not a safe blind buy. This will not appeal to everyone. The scent is quite strong. It is an extremely spicy fragrance. Cardamom is very evident in here and very strong, especially in the opening. So my recommendation, definitely try it before you purchase the full bottle. But in addition to cardamom, like I said, it has cocoa, it has sugar, burnt caramel, vanilla, and musk. And after that sort of initial blast of cardamom starts settling down, you get this amazing sweetness of caramel, but it does have a slight element of something burnt, but it's in a really nice way. And it just smells like, it smells like the holidays. It smells like someone has been baking a storm in a kitchen for the holidays. That's really what it smells like. It is so, so beautiful. Like I said, another amazing release from Kerosene that I have been enjoying so much. And we're down to 2 more fragrances. The next one is Bara Wanda from Nasomato. This is of course a boozy scent, which again was kind of perfect to wear in December, probably towards the end of December. This has whiskey, it has rose, amber oxide, but really to me it smells like fermented wine with some dried fruits. It is definitely boozy. It is the booziest fragrance that I have tried, but it's not overpowering. Like I've heard some reviews saying it smells like you just walked out of a bar where you have been drinking all night, or people around you have been drinking all night. No, to me, it doesn't smell like that. The booziness is so nice, so refreshing, and it doesn't smell like whiskey, at least to me. It is such a beautiful scent, especially I think for like New Year's or some kind of celebrations, and that's why I have been reaching for it a ton. And the last one is Amber de Alexandrie from Bushron, and this is a fragrance that I have been using a lot in January, sort of going back to work type of fragrance, because it is kind of unassuming, inoffensive, easygoing type of scent, but at the same time I think it is perfect for winter. This is amber scent, of course, but it also has vanilla, tobacco, benzoin, labdanum, and it just really smells like an apple pie. It has that kind of vibe. It is not terribly sweet, but it does have sweetness. So it's just really sweet, ambery type of scent that kind of gives the vibe of an apple pie. And again, it has been really great as a going back to work type of scent after the winter holidays. So I have been using it a lot during this month. And I'm going to end this video with a fragrance that I have been testing, but I cannot make up my mind about. So I'm really looking for your advice on this fragrance if you have tried it. Now, I got a sample of a fragrance from Atelier Cologne called Cafe Tuberosa. And I have been really into coffee scents lately. I've purchased a few and I really have been enjoying coffee scents. So of course this one has coffee, so I wanted to try it. But on the other hand, it has tuberose, which, you know, always scares me. And I very, very rarely like fragrances that have tuberose in it. So in addition to coffee and tuberose, we also have citruses, we have cacao, we have vanilla. And I just cannot make up my mind about this fragrance. I like it. I am actually surprised how much I like it, considering that it has tuberose. So we definitely have some coffee in here and cacao, but they're not too strong. I would not, although there is vanilla in here, I would not call this scent very sweet. It is definitely not. To me, the tuberose in here is very sort of fresh and green type of tuberose. Overall, it has that fresh vibe to this fragrance. Like it's sort of, you have coffee and cacao on one hand, but you have that floral freshness on another hand. Like I said, I'm really, really surprised how much I like it. But I am not sure if this will be something that I will be reaching for a lot if I purchase a full bottle. Although it seems like on initial testing, I enjoyed this fragrance and I even enjoyed the tuberose in it. I don't know if I will continue to enjoy it long term, if tuberose will not start bothering me long term. So I really can't make up my mind about this fragrance. So If any of you own it or have tried it, please share with me your opinions. I'm really interested how this scent wears on you, how you enjoy it long term, if you find tuberose overpowering or not. I'm really curious because this fragrance definitely surprised me and kind of fascinated me. It is really pretty. It is, yeah, very interesting tuberose scent. I just don't know if I need a full bottle or not, so I would definitely appreciate you sharing your opinions about it if you have tried it. So these are my favorites for the month of January, or more like January and December. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and definitely let me know what fragrances you have been using the most during the last month. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!